What is up, guys? It's Chris here. I don't normally make Friday videos, but there's just too much going on this week not to talk about some of it. So I definitely want to look at the drops that are upcoming in the next few days and talk about some strategies to go for them and on the secondary market, as well as just kind of do a recap of everything that we've seen this week that's been awesome news for Veve. First and foremost, I talked about it in my last video, but it officially happened. We are now migrated from the GoChain network to the Ethereum network. This means OMI is now a ERC20 token and will probably be listed on new exchanges sooner than a lot of us might expect. My guess is mid-February, but I guess we'll just see when the time comes. With licenses like Disney and Marvel and Cartoon Network and all the other brands to come, I don't see exchanges being hungry for the OMI token. With it being an NFT token related token, I don't see exchanges waiting 8 months down the road. I definitely think it's going to be sooner than expected. And if nothing else, on a conservative level, I definitely think it's going to happen before summer. So we have two pretty big drops these next 2 days that I'd like to talk about. And that's going to be the Disney Mickey and Friends NFT collection, as well as the Marvel Mighty Spider-Man. So the Lenticular cards is a really cool thing. First and foremost, I found this. It's super old, but it's the Action Flips Pokemon. I don't know if you've ever seen something like this, but if you notice at the very top, I'm trying to get my camera right, it actually says Lenticular Action Collectibles. And here's what it looks like. And I know we've already seen previews of the Mickey and Friends, but just to give you an idea. So basically you see an image, like you see a Bulbasaur right there. And if I'm turning the image, you would actually see an Ivysaur. A little hard to tell on camera. I can definitely tell in person a lot better, but that's kind of what a lenticular card is. I'm not going to go through every single new lenticular card that's being released, but I just wanted to give you a physical example of how that looks. Now, these lenticular cards in particular are actually going to come with sound, which is really cool, and that's already been released on the Veve Instagram, as well as a signature on the back of each of the characters. That's also a really cool addition. These are going to appear in blind box format, and if you're not familiar with this format and you're new to Veve, there is a certain way that you want to go for this drop that has been discussed on many other YouTube channels, but just for the sake of this video, I wanted to point it out. If this is your first experience to Veve, is that there's actually a little spot that you're going to need to tap really quickly that I'll have an image to the right of me when you're watching this video, and you're going to tap that spot as the timer is counting down to 0 as fast as you possibly can, and this will give you the best chances in order to hit this drop. There's also a lot of other things you can do to prepare, but this is definitely one that you want to do. Make sure that you have for the blind box type drop. Something I found pretty interesting that somebody pointed out to me, which was such a great idea, is that being the Marvel Mighty Spider-Man got postponed to Sunday, and now we have the Disney Mickey and Friends on Saturday, some people might be reserving gems for the Spider-Man drop. It is the first secret rare Marvel Mighty that is going to be $20.99 Spider-Man, as well as an awesome looking Green Goblin. And if you watch the last Spider-Man movie, William Dafoe just made that character just so amazing. I don't see that not being highly desired. So I'm thinking there could be a possibility of people not aggressively going into the Disney Mickey and Friends NFT collection like they probably would without that upcoming drop. So I'm excited to see what these floors are going to be the day of the drop and leading up to the next drop, and trying to pinpoint whether I think it's worth it to stack or to not stack. But it's definitely something you want to keep in mind when going into the drop and when going on to the secondary market. If you're not familiar by now, it is very hard to get drops. So where the money can be made easier, and of course nothing in these videos are financial advice, is in the secondary markets. I do live streams weekly talking about secondary markets and definitely talking about price points, price predictions, and all that fun stuff. So definitely tune into those live videos. I might even go live tomorrow after the drop just to kind of talk about all this stuff. But I'm definitely going to be watching the Disney Mickey and Friends very closely to see if I think that they're undervalued or overvalued after the drop, and then deciding how much I want to buy after that. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. Another strategy that I recommend at times like this, you'll notice that the market is taking slight corrections. Now, it's nothing major, but for instance, I've been watching Spider-Man Common and a lot of other collectibles for weeks, and I actually sold a Spider-Man Common at $1,400, and I noticed that the floor price right now is in the $800 range. So not Spider-Man Common in particularly. I mean, I've watched a lot of other ones. Jim Lee Joker, again, I sold a Jim Lee Joker last week at floor price, which was $2,000. Now Jim Lee Joker is at $1,300. So just be watching these floor prices, and you notice that they're kind of creeping their way down on whatever collectible it is. Maybe it's a lot cheaper, maybe it's something you just want to buy just to keep and collect. Whatever it is, be watching other collectibles during these bigger drops, and you might be able to scoop up something at reasonable prices that otherwise you would not have been able to get. Unless you just really need the gems, I don't recommend this being a seller's market, because you're probably going to have to undercut floors pretty sharply, and you're going to have to sell a lot lower than you would have, say, like last week or maybe even in future weeks. So now's not really the best time to sell. unless you just absolutely need the gems. And this is why a lot of times I recommend having a set of gems set aside and not having all of your gems in collectibles, unless you, of course, you can put more gems in via fiat, then, you know, the ball's in your field. I'll definitely keep this quick. There's other YouTubers like Veve and quite a few others that have already went over all of this, but this is how the lenticular cards are going to look. This is Goofy, which is the first ever Disney secret rare, probably a really good one to get. It's part of his original appearance. That's kind of why he looks quite different. But you can see the lenticular action to where you see Goofy, then you see the frame on the wall, and you see the Goofy signature on the back. Just a quick glance at the others that we're going to see. We're going to see a common Mickey, common Minnie, Donald Duck, which a lot of people are learning that Donald Duck's popularity is actually kind of insane. Daisy Duck, you'll see Pluto as the ultra rare, and then of course Goofy as a secret rare. And then you can see all the mint editions underneath. Then the Marvel Mighty drop, we're going to see some awesome characters as well. We are going to see Peter Parker, Spider-Man at the common, which is just going to be a fun one to have as a Marvel Mighty. We're going to see Ghost Spider, first appearance, I believe. Yeah, right here, first appearance. You do want to keep in mind these first appearances are always pretty important. Of course, depending on the character, but usually they're pretty good to get. You're going to have Spider-Woman first appearance. You're going to have Black Cat first appearance at 5,555 editions. Then you have probably my favorite out of this entire collection by the way he looks, and again, William Dafoe's actor just kind of crushed the Green Goblin in the last film. But the first appearance of Green Goblin, I'm really excited. I'll definitely be trying to get at least one of these Green Goblins. And then lastly, we have Spider-Man 2099 coming in at the first ever Marvel secret rare at 2,099 editions, which is pretty cool. I would love to get this set and maybe even a duplicate of the set or a duplicate of a certain amount of these, especially the Green Goblin, but we'll just see how the prices are Sunday. What a week we've had. We also had the lead singer of Limp Bizkit message Veve publicly just about their drops. Now, it wasn't the most positive response, but basically he was saying that he does love Veve. He just wants them to correct a few things. I thought that was really cool, getting that attention from somebody like that. You know, I actually messaged him. It's a shot in the dark to come on my channel to where he can voice some of these concerns and we can kind of talk about it as somebody who has been here since February of 2021. But I know it's a shot in the dark. Anyways, guys, happy Friday. What a week it has been. I hope all this excites you as much as it excites me. It definitely ignites the collector side of me and the investor side of me at the same time. And there's never been a point in history that I've been this excited about investments and about collecting. So thank you, Veve. Thank you, everybody who's part of the community. What a week it's been. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.